As a woman, I feel deeply insulted. Having Sydney Sweeney represent our female community is nothing short of a slap in the face. Brittney Griner. Give me a moment. Can't believe we're still on this, but I do want to say that if Sydney Sweeney was black, I don't think anyone would care. I don't think that Brittney Griner would care. And also, hasn't done anything for the female community. You know, here's my thing.
Even though the video was only a few seconds long, it managed to turn the internet into a courtroom, a detective agency, and a comedy stage before the last buzzer had sounded. All of a sudden, everyone was proficient in lip reading. The real basketball game soon faded into the background as each replay gave rise to a whole new theory. What actually transpired between Caitlin Clark and Brittney Griner? And why did the entire discourse about the WNBA revolve around that one viral moment?
BG, right now you have 10 points, 5 rebounds. We see the Atlanta Dream as being very... Right now she's talking to the refs about holding. We're going to send it back to you guys.
Very important question.
Why is her voice so deep?
No one could have predicted that a routine WNBA foul would lead to days of intense discussion that extended well beyond the actual game, yet that is precisely what happened. All it took to transform a typical regular season play into the newest craze on the internet was one violent collision, one passionate reaction, and a few shaky seconds of tape.
But I ain't never seen an off night like with BG. That split was crazy.
Y'all.
Might spin on that.
Hell no. I told y'all.
That's your choice, brother. Leave your truth.
What? Now, when I told y'all last year that she might have an off night, she don't always want to be a nigga. She dropped it.
BG, who
dropped it down. Brittney Griner did a split. Motherfucker, room touched nigga from that 520 wall to that one, nigga. In the locker room.
Basketball fans started scrutinizing defensive plans and challenging coaching tactics in a matter of hours. Instead, self-described lip-reading specialists appeared out of nowhere, social media feeds were filled with slowed-down recordings, and millions of people thought they had discovered a secret story that the league was purportedly trying to conceal. That is the peculiar reality of contemporary athletics. Occasionally, the largest news has little bearing on the outcome. Before anyone has a chance to verify what actually happened, a single viral video can go viral. Additionally, it becomes nearly impossible to distinguish fact from fiction as social media begins to fill in the blanks.
Say it. I don't care what y'all think. I do not like Brittney Griner at all. I think she is toxic masculinity to the max, bruh. Like, what? You was back in this white in Russia, they ain't teach you nothing, huh? You was in jail in Russia, and you have the audacity to curse out the refs still, to call the comment she made about Caitlin Clark whooping her ass. Like, I don't get it. I don't get her to.
Another blatant illustration of how rapidly a basketball story can expand outside the sport itself is the issue surrounding Brittney Griner and Caitlin Clark. The incident happened during a fiercely intense game where tensions were already running high. Since joining the WNBA, Caitlin Clark has been in the spotlight, and she is once again in the spotlight. Brittney Griner, meantime, performed with the same energy and physical edge that have characterized her career for more than 10 years. Television cameras captured Griner displaying obvious annoyance as the officials blew the whistle after the two made contact during one sequence. The events that followed were brief. However, those fleeting moments sparked an internet craze that totally eclipsed the game's events. Viewers started attempting to decipher Griner's precise words as soon as the video went viral on X, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Replaying the video in slow motion, thousands of users insisted they could read her lips with total assurance. It just encouraged greater conjecture rather than resolving the argument. Every repost generated thousands of additional comments, every reaction video generated innumerable answers, and every new theory drew viewers who were certain they had discovered something that everyone else had missed.
Since when I was here, boy, we would have blew the roof off this thing, but...
What? What the Bro, I thought bro name was Brittney. Brittney Griner. Oh, nah, bro. I don't know what this is, bro. I don't know who this is. This nigga was talented. This nigga was a hooper.
But at national championship up there at Denver, that's what's standing out to me, 40-0.
A surge of online detective work gradually eclipsed the basketball itself. The assertion that Griner had yelled, "I'm a grown man," dominated most of the conversation. Even while there has never been concrete proof that those words were spoken, that interpretation quickly went viral on social media. Nevertheless, long before any trustworthy reporting could catch up, the word spread so extensively that many people took it for granted. It was another lesson that viral content frequently spreads far more quickly than factual information. The speed at which rumors proliferate reveals as much about modern digital culture as it does about the sports industry. Audiences in the modern era are unwilling to wait for formal justifications. They anticipate instant responses, and the internet has gotten extremely adept at producing its own when those answers are lacking. Few rookies in any sport have ever changed the WNBA as much as Caitlin Clark has. Every time Indiana plays away from home, attendance has increased dramatically. Games that used to struggle to garner national attention are now receiving extensive coverage throughout the sports media. Television ratings have increased, and memorabilia continues to sell at amazing levels.
That I would argue that a 6'9" female basketball player who does everything in her power to look like a man, probably not a solid representative of the female community either. Once more, I think it all boils down to Sydney Sweeney's not black, and then that's the actual problem.
For any seasoned player, that degree of prominence inevitably alters the environment. Compared to a year ago, arenas are now much noisier. Almost every interaction is captured by cameras. Every argument has the potential to make headlines. After years of competing out of the spotlight, players are now subject to an unprecedented degree of scrutiny, with millions of viewers instantly analyzing every emotional response. But tremendous public attention is nothing new to Griner. She has continued to be one of the WNBA's most well-known stars throughout her career. She has become one of the key players in women's basketball thanks to her exceptional size, formidable defensive prowess, and unique skill set. She was also at the center of one of the most talked-about tales in world sports after being detained in Russia and eventually returning to the United States. She is one of the few athletes who truly understands the impact of public pressure. In the meantime, Caitlin Clark is the most recent athlete to encounter the exceptional difficulty of virtually overnightly changing a whole league. The idea that she has brought millions of new fans to women's basketball is reinforced by each sold-out arena. Even in a league full of elite players, increased media attention frequently becomes heavily focused on one player, which leads to inevitable tension.
Is playing a game, and this is what Brittney Griner calls. I was not going to comment on any of this stuff until this took place. Watch what she says. The entire internet has reacted to this. Here's Brittney Griner. They're playing against the Indiana Fever, and look what she's saying. Go ahead, Rob.
For the ticky-tack fouls that we were talking about earlier today.
She says, this is from Brittney. Every time we play her, there's this commotion, like this loud rumbling from the stands. Turns out it's people, thousands of them, just sitting there, watching on purpose. It's very disruptive. It's called the freaking game that they...
Long before Clark joined the league, many ardent WNBA fans have maintained that the league's established stars should have received this degree of attention. Some contend that Clark's exceptional popularity has only sped up the league's expansion in a way that is advantageous to all. Conversations regarding the WNBA are still influenced by both points of view, particularly when Clark and seasoned players are involved in contentious situations. The viral foul garnered a lot of attention, which can be explained by this larger context. A single play was never the main focus. Because of their pre-existing opinions on Clark, Griner, the media, and the WNBA in general, fans saw the incident in entirely different ways. The video turned into a blank canvas onto which pre-existing grudges, allegiances, and individual viewpoints were projected. The discussion was soon joined by public pundits. Their responses brought to light yet another intriguing aspect of contemporary sports culture. These days, every viral moment generates two completely different competitions. While the other takes place online through conflicting narratives, the first takes place between the sportsmen on the court. There are moments when the second battle takes center stage, making it difficult for many fans to recall the true winner. It has always been difficult for professional athletes to compete. From the NBA to the NFL, thunderous crowds have historically been considered part of the business. Every effort is made by home supporters to divert the opposition.
Nigga, Brittney Griner.
Brittney Griner did the split.
Yes, bro, with no effort.
Brittney Griner.
I didn't even expect you to know how to sit on the wood. That's
She
crazy.
did the splits and look back at it for sure.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, it wasn't tight. I was more amazed that she was that acrobatic. But damn, boy.
Law violations in this.
Visiting players have always enjoyed the challenge of quieting thousands of opposing fans with excellent performances. Noise has rarely been considered as a problem because in many respects it is a sign of success. Nobody has ever been afraid of empty venues. Because of this fact, the WNBA environment now is very different from what it was just a few seasons ago. The kind of enthusiasm that players had been expecting to feel for years is suddenly created by sold-out arenas. It takes time to get used to that setting, but it also shows how popular and profitable the league is becoming. Many analysts advised individuals to exercise caution with the surge of online speculation as the focus grew. Sports journalists have frequently noted how unreliable viral lip reading is, particularly in situations where there is no audio and questionable camera angles. The incident also showed how contemporary sports fans are starting to actively participate in tales instead of just observing them. Long before official reporting is complete, every repost, reaction video, meme, and comment contributes to an ongoing dialogue that molds public opinion. Newspapers dominated the prevailing narrative in earlier decades. Millions of devices today work together to create that story in real time. Clark mostly kept his attention on the game itself during all of this. She has continuously emphasized respect for her opponents and the significance of maintaining the focus on the action on the court rather than inciting public controversy. Despite the immense attention surrounding nearly every appearance, that approach has been one of the distinguishing characteristics of her inaugural season. Whether on purpose or not, her public persona has been further enhanced by her composed demeanor. Today's celebrities are compared by fans not only by their numbers, but also by their reactions to the inevitable controversy. In the age of social media, maintaining composure while others argue has grown in importance. The WNBA is also dealing with a new issue. While rapid expansion brings about wonderful potential, it also magnifies any controversies. League administrators must promote fervent debate while preventing false information from influencing public perception. Businesses make significant investments in leagues that seem reliable, entertaining, and dependable. While controversy may garner attention in the near term, fans' perception that the competition itself is still the major draw is necessary for long-term confidence. Ironically, neither Brittney Griner nor Caitlyn may have anything to do with this episode's most important lesson.